White Lotus episode 7 season 3 recap and predictions versus reality. Final episode of the season. Check out my last video. I think I did a pretty good job predicting what happened this past episode and what I think's gonna happen next episode. The Ratliff family. This boy, we all know this family sucks. Let's recap what just happened in episode 7. Saxon basically told his dad, like, oh, I have no hobbies, I've got no friends, I've got no interests, I've got nothing but your success. And he's like, if I don't have that, I want to die. Piper's just so like emotionally dead. Mom said, oh, if I'm not comfortable, I want to die. The dad's just like, I want to kill all of you. Lachlan, whatever, he's kind of just like, I want to bang my siblings, you know, be ready here with bro. And then sis is kind of like, I don't really want to bang bro. And she's probably listening to like the Smiths or something in the monk sanctuary. Timothy, he just keeps having these fantasies about killing his family, which in a weird way is kind of like what they want. So maybe in a weird way, he's like the savior, but learned anything from previous seasons of White Lotus. The characters don't always get what they want. They oftentimes get what they need. Some people were saying like, oh, in this past episode, Timothy, you know, after having all these fantasies about killing his family, he goes to actually get the gun. And some of the other predictors out there in the internet are like, oh, well, that basically is saying that he's like past the point of no return, like he's gonna kill the family, he went for the gun. But I say no, because the name of the episode was Killer Instincts, and you don't need a gun to kill. Like, he could have strangled them, or like his wife, he could have just like sneezed and she probably would have died. You don't need the gun. I'm going the other way. I don't think any of them are gonna die. I think this family lives. Now, Ricky boy, Mr. Bald Sweaty Beauty, mwah, love a man with a big forehead. If you haven't already, check out my video last week. I think I nailed the prediction here. I basically said that he wasn't going to kill Jim. I basically thought exactly what was going to happen was going to go happen. He went in there and he was just kind of like, you know, he pulled out the gun, wasn't able to do anything. And like this whole time, it's kind of intercutting with the Muay Thai fight, you know, very symbolic. They just parties his face off, you know what I'm saying? And this is nice. For the first time in the entire season, we actually seen Ricky boy smile. I think he's got like a little bit of closure. And there are some other people out there saying that like, oh, well, what if Jim like comes back at him? And it's like, you know, maybe that's who comes and shoots. It's like the bodyguard or something like that. Or maybe even like they go after his chick. No. I'm sticking with my predictions from last week. He's the character I think that we see the biggest shift to the positive. I think he's going to go back and when whatever, you know, we know there's going to be shooting in the last season. I think he's going to save his chick. He's going to come in heroic. The one minor tweak to my predictions, I could see a situation where maybe like Ricky boy does a heroic like dive in front of a bullet right before she's gonna get killed and just like bah, you know, and he's just like beautiful and bald and like big forehead and like sweaty and hot. But like I think he's gonna save the day, at least when it comes to like his chat. Then there's the three broads that are like, we're 50 and we're horny and now we're mad, and then we're like, we're pissed and we're gonna hook up, we're not gonna hook up, and then it's like, oh, now I'm so pissed off because you hooked up. It's like, come on, blah 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 blah, drama. This is playing out exactly how I said. Like, they haven't resolved yet, but like I said last week, they're getting extra horny. And at this point, 2 of the 3 have gotten the D. The only thing with Lori is this dude starts shaking her up for money. If you look back at previous seasons, you know, if you like hook up with the hot local dudes, it usually is like a bad thing. Like, remember last season when the chick was like hooking up with the dude who was banging his uncle, which a lot of incest in this, right? A lot of incest. It's not just this season. They're always like an uncle or a kid or weird. Love the good stuff, but weird, right? Belinda and Greg. Oh my God, Greggy and Belinda. Greg finally confronted Belinda and was like, yo, dude, I see you seeing me and I'm seeing you. Basically confronts her and like wants to buy her silence. But then he goes ahead and says, I'm going to pay you $100,000, which I hate to say that's like not even like a lot of money these days. You know, it kind of reminded me of like the scene in Austin Powers where Dr. Evil's like, I'm going to take over the whole world for $1 million. You know, Greg is kind of like Dr. Evil in his own sense. Like, they're both bald. They're both hot. Is Dr. Evil hot? But Belinda's like bitterly torn, and then Zion's like, oh mom, do it, like open up like your spa with like the 100,000. It's like, dude, you can't even run a successful YouTube channel with 100,000 like subscribe, please help, right? And it's like, oh, you're gonna open up this whole spa? No, I don't think so. You know, following up with my prediction from last week, I think Zion, not that he's like actively trying to kill his mom, but I feel like he's gonna do something dumb, like be like, oh, you gotta take this money, and then she'll be divided and she won't do it, and then Belinda's gonna die. I think Belinda's gonna die. Belinda 100% is gonna die. She's gonna die. I don't want her. I like her. She's one of the characters I'm like, oh, she's nice. And which is why I think she's gonna die. This show makes you... And Greg and Chloe, right? Like I said last week, we're somewhere in between a cuck and a kill. No cuck, no kill. Looking for a face shot, headshot, shot in the dark. I don't know. I mean, would have he killed him, or would have he kissed him if he went for it? But he's so caught up on like Rick's chick. He's just like, I'm gonna meditate. He took the books. I think in the final episode, she's gonna finally go for Saxon right when Rick shows up to actually save her life. And then like it's gonna be like, oh, the good have become bad, the bad have become good. Okay. Gratoy, Gratoy, G-Man. I just call him G-Man from now on. G-Man and Mook, they finally had their first date. And once again, Gratoy's being like a little bit. That's right, he's such a little bitch. His chick is losing interest. It's like, dude, like, you don't have a killer instinct. It just supports my predictions from last week. Mook is now like kind of like, dude, like, if you want this, you gotta like grow some, be a man, kill people, which is crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's like, you gotta be a killer if you want to get this, you know. To reiterate my predictions, I think she's gonna push him to be more of like this killer person, which is not what he is. So then whatever happens in the last episode, he's gonna like be out of his comfort zone, he's gonna go for the gun, he's gonna shoot, and I think he's gonna kill Mook. Not intentionally, like maybe he goes to like aim at one person, he's like, I can't do it, and moves and then shoots, and then maybe he shoots her like behind a wall or something. But mark my words, I'll bet anyone $1. Just one person, because if I'm wrong, like I don't really have much. But I bet at least one person $1 that he kills her in the final episode. First person to comment and take that bet will do a Venmo bet. Long story short, we got a couple of days until the season finale. There's gonna be bang, 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 shooting, shooting, shooting. We just don't know who's shooting who and why and where. To recap, I think this is who's gonna die. I think Belinda is gonna die. I think Mook is gonna die. Maybe Rick will die, but if Rick dies, I think he dies a hero saving his chick. The Ratlifts, I think they live. They all live. Had an interesting theory thrown out. Carmen D'Alessio threw out this theory. This is Carmen's theory, not my theory, but I'm kind of with it. He was saying maybe the dad winds up in the monk palace to kind of hide out and evade prosecution. Carmen, good theory. We're gonna have fun. Watch responsibly. Let me know your theories. Let me know your predictions. And come back after Sunday and let me know how you did. What else are you watching? Let's get the gang back together after White Lotus. Watch something else. So far, I give myself 9 out of 10 White Lotuses for my predictions. We'll see ya on the couch.